What if I told you that you could own a real, solid wood log cabin? Not a shed, not a tent, not some Instagram fantasy, for as little as $25,000 to $50,000 in kit form. A place that's yours. No landlord, no HOA, no neighbor 8 inches away from your bedroom wall. We're talking hand-hewn logs, a wood-burning stove, a porch you can actually sit on, and a monthly cost that won't make you cry every first of the month. In 2026, the tiny log cabin movement is exploding, and there are real, honest paths to get there that nobody is talking about clearly. So today I'm laying out everything. The true costs, the best kit brands, the hidden fees that blindside people, and the smartest strategies to build one without going broke. Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to show you the one mistake that kills most tiny cabin budgets before a single log goes up. And it's not what you think. Before we dive in, if you are serious about alternative housing or building your own affordable home, hit that subscribe button right now. We break down real numbers on real housing every week. No hype, no fluff, just honest data. Smash that like button too. It genuinely helps this video reach people who need this information. Alright, let's build. Here's the situation in 2026. The average home price in the US is still hovering well above $400,000 in most markets. Mortgage rates, while off their peak, are still uncomfortable for a lot of buyers. Rent is still painfully high in most cities. People are looking for exits, real ones. And tiny log cabins have emerged as one of the most practical, beautiful, and surprisingly affordable alternatives available. Not as a novelty, but as a genuine lifestyle and housing solution. Here's what makes them special. First, natural insulation. Solid logs have thermal mass. They absorb heat during the day and release it slowly at night. This means your heating and cooling bills can be dramatically lower than a comparable stick-built home. Second, they hold their value. Unlike manufactured homes that depreciate, log cabins typically hold or appreciate in value, especially in desirable rural or vacation markets. Third, the build options have exploded. In 2026, you've got DIY kits, prefab modular options, and full turnkey packages. There's genuinely something for every budget and every skill level. And fourth, off-grid compatibility. Tiny log cabins pair beautifully with solar, rainwater collection, and composting systems, meaning your monthly bills can drop to almost nothing once you're set up. But here's the thing, the numbers online are all over the place. So let me give you the real, honest 2026 breakdown. Okay, let's talk about money. Real money. There are essentially 4 ways to get into a tiny log cabin, and each one has a very different price tag. Option 1, DIY log cabin kit. This is the most affordable entry point. A DIY log cabin kit, which gives you the materials, the labeled parts, and the building plans, runs roughly $50 to $100 per square foot for the kit alone. So for a 500 square foot cabin, you're looking at a kit price of $25,000 to $50,000. That's just the kit. The smallest kits on the market, think very small, 200 square foot structures, can start around $14,000 to $16,000. That range reflects where the 2026 market has landed after lumber prices stabilized at a slightly higher floor coming out of 2025. Pine Hollow Log Homes, for example, is a well-known entry-level brand. Their deluxe package for smaller models now comes in around that $14,000 to $16,000 range. Still one of the most accessible starting points in the industry. Now here's the critical thing. The kit is not your total cost. A realistic rule of thumb, and this is the gold standard advice in the industry right now, multiply your kit price by 2.5 to 2.75 to estimate your real finished cost. That accounts for construction labor, foundation, utilities, interior finishes, and everything else that turns a pile of logs into a livable home. So that $25,000 kit, plan for a total all-in cost closer to $60,000 to $70,000 when it's done. Still incredibly affordable compared to traditional housing, but you need to know that going in. Option 2, prefab or modular log cabin. If you don't want to DIY the build, a prefab or modular cabin is built in a factory, delivered in sections, and assembled on your site. These run $100 to $250 per square foot, including materials, installation, and most finishing. A 400 to 600 square foot modular tiny log cabin, which is a genuinely comfortable living space, will typically land in the $50,000 to $100,000 range total, depending on your location and the brand. Coventry Log Home's Timbertrail model is a great benchmark here. It's a 392 square foot, one bed, one bath kit that comes in at approximately $44,050 to $44,600 for the 2026 season. That's a real, verified number from their current pricing. Option 3. Custom stick-built log cabin. Custom log cabin homes cost $100 to $300 per square foot, with some luxury or remote builds pushing past that. For a small 800 to 1,000 square foot custom cabin, you're typically looking at $80,000 to $300,000 total, depending on complexity, location, and finish level. This is the dream option, but not the budget option. I'd only recommend going custom if you've got the land, the budget, and you're planning this as a long-term primary residence. Option 4. The ultra-budget route. Shell kits and bare bones. For the truly budget-conscious, there are shell-only or basic hunting cabin kits that can be assembled for under $30,000 total. If you're willing to do most of the labor yourself, use minimal finishes, and go composting toilet and solar from the start, this is genuinely doable, but it requires skills, time, and an honest assessment of what you're comfortable with. Okay, this is the section that can save you tens of thousands of dollars. So pay attention. When people see a $30,000 cabin kit and think, I can do this, they forget about the costs that come after the kit. And these are not small numbers. Let me walk through the big ones. Foundation. A concrete slab foundation costs $6 to $14 per square foot. For a 500 square foot cabin, that's $3,000 to $7,000 just to have something solid to build on. If you need a full poured foundation, expect $7,000 to $19,000. Electrical. If you're connecting to the grid, new wiring runs $4 to $9 per square foot. Off-grid solar, which we'll cover in a dedicated section, is its own major line item. Well, drilling. This is a high-risk area in 2026, and I want to be direct with you. The standard range is $30 to $80 per foot, but here's the real issue. In drought-prone regions, deeper wells of 600 feet or more are increasingly the norm. That can push your total well cost to $25,000 or more before filtration. If you're buying land in the Southwest, parts of the Mountain West, or any area experiencing sustained drought pressure, get a water report on that parcel before you commit to anything. Septic. Your basic septic tank installation runs $3,500 to $8,500. But be aware, in environmentally sensitive zones, and more counties are being classified this way in 2026, you may be required to install what's called an Advanced Treatment Unit, or ATU. Those can run $15,000. Check your county's requirements before you buy land. Site prep and access. Clearing land costs $1,200 to $8,000. Leveling or grading runs about 40 cents to $2 per square foot. If you're in a remote location, delivery surcharges for your cabin kit can add another $5 to $25 per linear foot for trucking. Permits and fees. Building permits typically run $500 to $2,000. A land survey adds $200 to $1,200. A septic permit is around $1,000. In some counties, getting all your permits sorted can take months, so factor that into your timeline, not just your budget. HVAC. A complete system with ductwork runs $7,000 to $16,000. Many tiny cabin owners skip traditional HVAC and go with a wood stove plus a mini split, which is far cheaper and more than adequate for a small footprint. Insurance. Annual log cabin insurance typically runs $500 to $1,500 per year, depending on location and coverage. Here's the bottom line. If someone shows you a $25,000 cabin kit and tells you that's what it costs to move in, they're not giving you the full picture. A fully livable tiny log cabin on raw land, with water, power, and septic, realistically costs $50,000 to $150,000 total, depending on your choices, your location, and how much you DIY. That's still a fraction of a traditional home, but you deserve the honest number. Let's talk about where to actually buy. Here are the brands worth looking at in 2026. Conestoga Log Cabins, one of the most established names in the kit business. Their smallest model is just 143 square feet. perfect for a bare-bones hunting cabin or base structure. They have options all the way up through large custom designs, and their kits are known for quality construction and clear assembly instructions. Coventry Log Homes, known for well-crafted kits with a beautiful aesthetic. Their Timbertrail at 392 square feet is one of the most discussed entry-level kits in the community, coming in at $44,050 to $44,600 for 2026. A very well-documented, reliable choice. Pine Hollow Log Homes, excellent for ultra-small, ultra-budget builds. If you're just trying to get a foothold, a tiny starter cabin on a piece of land, their small model deluxe packages are a real option in the $14,000 to $16,000 range. Battle Creek Log Homes. This one deserves special attention on an affordable channel. Battle Creek is well regarded for transparency and detailed pricing guides. Their 578 square foot one-bedroom kit starts around $51,330. And here's the bonus. They include blueprints and certified construction plans in the package price. That saves you $1,500 to $3,000 in separate architectural fees, which is a genuinely significant saving that doesn't get talked about enough. Their walnut floor plan package, including labor, comes in around $99,000, which is a clean, honest benchmark for the modular tier. Montana Cabin. This one gained attention for fast assembly. The shell can reportedly go up in as little as 4 days using pre-built wall sections. The base kit runs around $37,500 and includes a metal roof package, floor system, and basic interior framing. Owners who add solar, a composting toilet, and a wood stove typically finish out between $70,000 and $100,000. A realistic all-in total for a true log structure. Zook Cabins, a strong option for modular prefab. Built in a climate-controlled facility in Pennsylvania, their cabins come with engineered certified plans and are designed for either vacation or full-time use. My honest advice: visit a model or a recently completed cabin before you commit. Read reviews. Get at least 2 to 3 quotes from builders on similar package levels. And always get a written contract that spells out the delivery date, payment schedule, and warranty terms. One of the most exciting possibilities with a tiny log cabin is pairing it with an off-grid setup. And in 2026, this has become more practical and more financially interesting than ever. Here's what a realistic 2026 off-grid startup looks like. A bare-bones but livable setup. Basic solar panels, composting toilet, rainwater harvesting, no well. Runs a total startup of $10,000 to $25,000 on top of your cabin. Monthly costs after setup, roughly $150 to $550. A comfortable modern setup, a properly sized solar array, a drilled well, full septic, and reliable satellite internet. Runs $40,000 to $90,000 additionally. Monthly costs in that setup land between $450 and $1,200. Now let's talk solar specifically, because 2026 has shifted this calculus. A high-efficiency 12-kilowatt system, which is what many tiny cabin owners are now targeting to comfortably run a mini-split, lighting, and Starlink, averages around $30,000 before incentives. But here's the key point your budget needs to know. The 30% federal solar tax credit is still in effect in 2026. On a $30,000 system, that's $9,000 back. That changes the math significantly, and it's something you should absolutely factor in when planning your off-grid build. Your full system range of $20,000 to $60,000 for a complete off-grid power setup is still accurate once you account for battery storage and installation variability. But the tax credit is a real, bankable offset. Yes, off-grid has higher upfront costs, but long-term math is compelling. Families who have made the transition report total monthly expenses dropping to $800 to $1,000, including food and everything else. Here's the thing people get wrong about off-grid living though. It's not just a financial decision. It requires planning, problem solving, and comfort with some level of isolation. And before you do anything, some counties flat out prohibit disconnecting from the grid. Some ban composting toilets. Some restrict how you collect rainwater. Before you buy a single solar panel or drill a single well, research your specific county's building codes and zoning laws. This is non-negotiable. Okay, I promised you at the top of this video that I'd reveal the #1 mistake that wrecks most tiny cabin budgets. Here it is. People buy the kit before they buy the land. I know that sounds backwards, but here's what happens. Someone gets excited, orders a beautiful $35,000 kit, picks out their floor plan, and then starts shopping for land. And then they discover that the land they can afford, the cheap parcels, the remote lots, comes with massive hidden costs. They need a road cut. They need the land cleared. They need a well-drilled 400 feet down. They need a zoning variance because the county has restrictions on structures under a certain size. Suddenly, their affordable cabin project is $50,000 over budget before they've broken a single piece of ground. There's actually a documented case of a builder who constructed a cabin on land he didn't even own and had to tear the whole thing down. Don't let that be you. Here's the new 2026 layer to this advice, and it's important. Many counties have now adopted what's called Appendix Q. That's the tiny house section of the International Residential Code, and it formally governs how small a permanent dwelling can be and still be legally habitable. When you're vetting a piece of land, ask specifically, is this lot Appendix Q compliant? That single question will cut through months of zoning confusion and help you avoid the nightmare scenario I just described. So here is the right order of operations. Step 1. Find and vet the land first. Step 2. Research zoning, building codes, and specifically ask about Appendix Q compliance. Step 3. Get a land survey. Step 4. Confirm there are no back taxes or legal issues on the parcel. Step 5. Then choose your cabin kit and builder. This sequence alone could save you $20,000 to $50,000 in costly surprises. Let me rapid fire the best money-saving strategies. Choose a simple rectangular floor plan. Multi-level designs, irregular shapes, and extra gables all add labor and materials costs fast. Build up, not out. A lofted bedroom over a smaller footprint cuts your foundation and roofing costs significantly, while giving you real living space. Go Eastern white pine for logs. It's the most affordable species with a solid strength-to-weight ratio. Cedar and oak are beautiful but cost considerably more. Source locally when possible. Local log suppliers mean lower shipping costs and often better post-build service. Buy land that's already cleared and connected. Raw, uncleared, remote land might be cheap per acre, but site prep costs can be brutal. Land with existing road access and grid connection dramatically lowers your total build cost. DIY what you can, professionally handle what you can't. Insulation, flooring, siding, trim, and interior finishes are all manageable for a motivated DIYer. Electrical, structural framing, and well drilling? Hire a licensed pro. It's not worth the risk. Reuse and repurpose. Farm sinks, reclaimed wood shelving, secondhand appliances. These save money and add the kind of authentic character that makes log cabins special. Consider a shell-only kit and finish the interior yourself. Some builders will deliver just the weather-tight shell, walls, roof, windows, doors, and let you handle the interior. This approach can cut your labor cost by 30 to 40%. And one final tip. If a kit builder includes architectural blueprints in their package, like Battle Creek does, choose them over a builder who charges separately. That $1,500 to $3,000 savings is real money. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. A tiny log cabin is not just a fantasy. In 2026, with real data and real planning, is one of the most legitimate paths to affordable, debt-light housing available. People are doing this. Families are doing this. And they're not millionaires. But you have to go in with honest numbers. The kit is the beginning, not the end. The land decision is the most important decision you'll make. The hidden costs are real and need to be budgeted for. And zoning, specifically Appendix Q, is your new best friend or your worst enemy, depending on whether you check in advance. If you approach this the right way, you can genuinely build a beautiful, livable, yours forever tiny log cabin for somewhere between $50,000 and $100,000 fully move-in ready. That is achievable. That is real. If this video helped you, please like it and share it with someone who's thinking about alternative housing. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this information. Subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming videos. We're covering the best states to legally build a tiny home, DIY off-grid solar on a budget, and modular homes under $90,000. Drop your questions in the comments. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.